Assalamualaikum and good evening everyone. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Nur Syamimi binti Hassan, matric number A20A1780. Today, we would like to talk about business statistics. We decided to select the topic population demography, date by state, sex and age group Malaysian in 2016. Statistics is the collection, organization, analysis, interpretation and delivery of data. Data descriptions is tabular, graphical and numerical summary of data. The purpose of a data description is to facilitate the presentations and interpretation of data. We have selected topic on date in our assignment by making survey, analysis and conclusions. The table shows an example of data that has been collected from the Department of Statistics Malaysia. Three types of categories can be variables such as age, gender, and the state as well as the number of days. 14 states in Malaysia showed mortality rates in 2016. Date data collection was narrowed from 309 to 24 using a random number generator. Thus, mortality data in 2016 can be identified in more detail and clarity.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Haikal Fariza bin Jeffrey. Matrix number A20A1527. I would like to discuss about class interval. This is my class interval and frequency. Is useful receipt for determine the number of class. In bracket K is the K rule, such that 2K per n. There were 24 sample for our assignment. So n is 24. We let K is 5. Means 2 over 5 equal by 32, which is greater than 24. So that is suitable to recommend number is a class is 5. So next is determine the class width for infant D. Is a formula maximum entry minus minimum entry per number of class. 1716 minus 8 divide. So this is a number of tally mark for a class is the frequency for that class. We have 3 columns. First, number of that tally and frequency. So frequency we got 24, and next we got a relative frequency. In the relative frequency we have class interval, frequency and relative frequency. Relative frequency is the portion or percentage of data that falls in that class. So to find the frequency of class, divide the frequency f by the sample size n. So this is my class interval. Frequency 163302 and equal by 24, and relative frequency 16 divided 24 equal 0.67 and so on. Next, this is a cumulative relative frequency. This means cumulative frequency of a class is the sum of the frequency for that class. In all previous case, the cumulative frequency of the last class is equal to the sample size n. This is my table. We have 4 columns: class interval, frequency, relative frequency, and cumulative frequency. So its formula is cumulative frequency of the class equal by sample size in bracket n. So this is my class interval, frequency, relative frequency, and cumulative frequency. To total the cumulative frequency, we just got relative frequency, dan just relative frequency multiply the multiply the 360. Next, we go to the graphical method to present the data. This is we have We have used two graph, histogram and pie chart. So this is a histogram. For histogram, we have 5 column, class interval, lower boundaries, upper boundaries, midpoint, and frequency. This is a total of about the 5 column. So this is my graph. We using a number of that. This is a pie chart. Pie chart is a circle that is divided into sector that represent categories. The area of each proportional to the frequency for each category. We use a state, number of that, and relative frequency. So this is my graph. We use a number of that and
Selamat sejahtera. My name is Ragini Anna Perempuan Ramanathan. My matrix numbers are A20A1919. Today I would like to discuss my part, which is numerical descriptive measure. First, measure of center tendency. There are 3 items in center tendency, which are mean, median and mode. By using the formula, I calculate mean, median and mode. Mean equals to 420.75. Median equals to 263.25. Mode equals to negative 4084.5. Second, measure of variation. By using the formula, I calculate range. The range equals to 1708. Sample variation equals to negative 3918,497.06. And the standard deviation equals to 1979.52. Third is measure of position. By using the formula, I calculate first quartile equals to 6, second quartile equals to 18, interquartile range equals to 12. And the last but not least, shape of data distribution is equals to skewed distribution to right. It is because mean is the highest, median is the second highest, and the mode is the lowest. So because of that, the shape of data distribution is skewed distribution to right. That's all from me. Thank you.
My name is Anis Kartika binti Sudhir. My metric number is A20A1274. So I will present about statistical analysis using software SPSS. So this is our data that we got from SPSS for numerical descriptive measure. So for measure of central tendency, it is a little bit different from what we calculate manually for standard deviation and variance. For range, it is the same, which is 1708. So for measure of position, we got for percentiles 25%, 50%, and 75%. We got the number. And measure of variation, the result is the same for measure of central tendency. So this is the shape of distribution in what we call it histogram. So in this data, in the previous data that we calculate, the mean is 420.75. Median, we got 263 and 25.25, and mode we got it 4084.5, which is mean is less than median, median is less than mode, so it's skewed to the right. So this is the histogram. It is shows skew to the right. So this is for hypothesis testing. We calculate the descriptive and ANOVA. And this is correlation analysis. We calculate it for number of deaths and sec. So that's all. Thank you.
My name is Nursyahada binti Muhammad. My matric number is A20A1898. Now I want to present number 5, theoretical modeling. First, we find coefficient using SPSS. The equation, number of that 711.058 plus 1.655 for sets minus 94.592 for state. Thus, for every unit increase in sets, number of that is expected to increase by 141.655, provided the other variable remain the same. Similarly, for every unit increase in the number of that from the state, which is negative 94.592 units, provided the other variables remain unvaried. Based on the standardized coefficient beta, the result of sets 0.143, which is almost 5 times higher than the result of state negative 0.657. For number 2, we find model summary. The R-square value is 0.387, which means 0.387% of the variance in the state and sets can be explained by the number of that. Number 3, we find ANOVA. The ANOVA table tests the acceptance of the model from a statistical perspective. The regression line displays information about the variations accounted for by the model. The residual row displays information about variations that are not taken into account by the model. In this case, the p-value from the ANOVA table is equal to the statistically insignificant p-value equal to 0.006. Therefore, it is statistically significant because p more than 0.05. This is a scatter plot we got from using SPSS. In conclusion, we learned that the use of statistics is very important for problem solving. Statistic is also known as a form of mathematical analysis that uses representations, synopsis, and quantified models for a set of experimental or real-life study data. We have chosen the number of dates in 2016 as the title for this assignment. In this assignment, we have selected a sample size N of 24 and we selected data consisting of gender, age, and state in 2016. Based on the data study, we have identified and calculated sample data, categorical variable, and numerical variables. Among one of the ways of presenting the data, we have prepared an appropriate graph using the data obtained. Besides, we also learned about measure of centrality density, measure of position, and measure of variation. In addition, based on data, we have also analyzed using SPSS output method. We also analyze and interpret the data using multiply regression analysis, ANOVA, Pearson correlation, and confidence interval. Thank you.